in my first classroom, my second classroom, and my third classroom. Because this is what I led with, and this is what we will lead with. Okay? So I'm going to share with you some of these foundational literacy skills that are metaphors for being a good principal. And I want you to understand this so that you can understand what I'm bringing to you. So the first one is one-to-one correspondence. In literacy, that means a reader reads one word for every printed word.
Please enter and take a seat. Dr. Leontine Snell is happy to share the vision for our academy.
The ages. How many of us remember the feeling of settling into a school desk? The worn wood, the scratched surface, the inevitable inscription carved by a long-gone student. These desks, simple as they may seem, hold a story of education, of its evolution, and of how, just like these desks have transformed, so has the way we learn.
I'm Michelle Thomas. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. All right, so I grew up California, beautiful place. Had some rough patches growing up. I grew up in the mountains on the beach at the same time. It's rare to be in the mountains and on the beach at the same time. Beautiful. I miss it every day. What I don't miss is those real estate prices. I don't miss those. So I'm gonna take you a journey from being a kid in school to principal. Right? Be a hero of your own story. I get to name my school. Shirley Chisholm.
Yes.
Middle school. Ooh, that sounds nice.
Some of your students to help you add these games to your lesson plans. When I was in the classroom, my students would turn my laptop on. They would get up and they can work the smart board better than I can. Use them to your advantage. Use their strengths. Play to their strengths. Don't let them know that it's your weakness, though. So, as we incorporate these things into our lesson plans, like the digital tools, we can look online for online calendars and streamline our class.
For Black and Hispanic students, we start by cultivate and acknowledge that there is a genius within the student. King administrators, teachers, and counselors and our technology specialists provide instructions. We promote critical thinking and we challenge. We use technology to communicate with families and our students on social media pages. We use two-way communication daily, and technology has encouraged our students to explore and gain new skills.
So, we are here because someone was there for us. That someone, for me, was University High School. That is Dr. Norman Fair Brown. Now, that's not my younger brother. That's not my son. That is the 17-year-old version of me. But without University High School, I wouldn't be here today because of the people who care for me. And just like our mascot back in University High School, North New Jersey, on 55 Clinton Place, the phoenix rises from the ashes. And so at that moment when I graduated, I was revitalized, reborn for service. Months, you'll start seeing the construction on that, so please make sure that you are visiting that so we can see the progress and see what our students will have the ability to do. As well as our students, by the time they graduate, they will be able to have an internship with either Google, Microsoft, or IBM.
So embracing technology will stop in students' classroom
and we want to make sure that we keep our students in mind in and out of the classroom. So with all this, we are keeping in mind the academic press, the school culture, and the family engagement all built together for our students. As the academic press, we want to be aware and be mindful of that there is always constant change. Especially if we're using technology, I mean, we can never keep up. So
this is where I am today. However, if you have ever been in education, or you've been here, or you've heard the buzz on what equity actually is, there's a picture that should resonate with you. If you have went straight to the bottom left-hand corner, then yes, you are correct. Equity. What does it mean to give and equip our students with the tools that they need? This is our vision. This is where we are right here.
Never knew that gentleman's name. None of us know his name. But my grandfather told us as children, and we're one of those families, we are huge. I'm one of 12 grandchildren. I think at this point there's probably close to 30 great-grandchildren. And here's a fourth of us. This is just a fourth. Any of the adults that you see, every single one of us has a college degree. And when my husband and I knew that something was wrong, January 8th, 2020, and we went to the admin team at the school, we were responded with, but he's the quarterback. He's a person.
Some barcodes, or have them collaboratively communicating with each other or with other grade levels or other classrooms on your hallway. I have 5 second grade classrooms, and I would love for the people in Ms. Guerrero's class to communicate with the kids in Dr. Jones' class, because they're working on the same assignment, but we're just in different classrooms.
Book. We took that Instagram, and we took all those other forms of social media. And what if we created quick interactive videos to have a two-way conversation between our families? What if that letter for that parent was a quick video to tell the kids, the families, about those celebrations? In my head, this is what I imagined that video.
Yes, teaching and learning styles as they become contributing members of society. This is my mission statement. The mission of Diversity High School is to prepare all students for success as they become contributing members of society. I know my belief statement is long, but let's pay attention to just this one, to integrate technology throughout the curriculum if necessary for students in our society.
Right, vocabulary. So those were the 2 things that we really had, but it wasn't like it is today, right? In the olden times, and so so I was really disenchanted with it, and I decided, I was like, oh, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm done teaching. I'm not gonna do this anymore. I'm gonna go get a digital design degree, and I'm gonna go work for something like Scholastic, because I don't know if you guys have been to the Scholastic headquarters in Soho, right? It is so cool. It was like a teacher's dreamland. So they have all of the Scholastic office buildings, and at the very bottom, they had a retail store with all of their books and all of their teaching materials. So just imagine a teacher version of a book fair, right? Like you just walk in and it's like everything you want to touch.
The beauty that possesses inside. What? Give them a sense of pride to make it easier. Let the children fly.
Using the TPAT, teacher to teacher, having those conversations in your CLT. One teacher may have another idea that a teacher never thought about. Maybe that teacher can influence another teacher or support that teacher within that technology aspect. Developing a tech planning team. I know for me personally, we have a tech team and it's so useful. I'm so thankful we have a technology person who loves technology like Ms. Spencer. So monthly having that tech planning team where they collab, they talk about the new things that they can incorporate in those classrooms, and those teachers lead the classrooms within those grade level teams. And then also having follow-up activities.
At least 3/4 of them feel like technology is a tool that helps them learn. So we have a big discrepancy here. We see that teachers are struggling with where to go, with what to do, but our students are seeking it and they feel like it's valuable for them. So today, I'm going to argue that we have to make technology part of our pedagogical practices. We can't just use it as something on the side. We have to integrate it, and it has to become part of who we are. If you think back to how you grew up, technology was something on the side. We were starting to get to use it. It was something that might be available, might not. But if we think about our learners today, all of them, technology has been a part of their world. It's who they are.
Most American schools have access to electronic devices and internet. However, during COVID, 20% of our students had problems connecting to the internet. And even now, I have students that have problems accessing the internet at home. Training. Flawed training is a common reason for the lack of technology integration in the classroom. Teachers won't use things that they're not comfortable with. We have,
But a lot of days feeling like this. To get us started today, I'm going to show you guys a video. It has a couple of clips from my classroom and a couple of clips from one of my colleagues who did agree to be in this video. Promise.
This is how we will make our money. Wine, rice, indigo, silk, and tobacco. I can count the ducats now.
This was so quiet. It's a poetry slam. Is this elementary? Middle school. Middle school.
Story of how we got this reward. Noggin? Roughly go. Hit the music round.
To life for me over the past couple years. I'm going to be talking about a leader's vision and how to foster a culture of collaboration, innovation, and learning in the 21st century. But I can't really start talking about the topic until I give you the backstory on how I got here. So I'm thinking of my first day as a 6th grade co-teacher. And I also was thrust in to being a ELA instructional coach. So I had this team of very diverse learners, and I had teachers that had varying instructional effectiveness. And so here's just a little bit of the data that I was looking at. I had low reading levels, a lot of behavioral challenges, unclear and ineffective co-teaching tools, an admin that was mandating all of this district pacing and database small group instruction and biweekly formative assessments. And then we had this school-wide writing initiative that was bringing in 21st century tools to make students really own their data and get them prepared for the GMAS. And then we had limited admin support and a very isolated network. So, just a temperature check. How many of you have ever faced these similar problems of a seemingly insurmountable task? To life for me over the past couple years. I'm going to be talking about a leader's vision and how to foster a culture of collaboration, innovation, and learning in the 21st century. But I can't really start talking about the topic until I give you the backstory on how I got here. So I'm thinking of my first day as a 6th grade co-teacher. And I also was thrust in to being a ELA instructional coach. So I had this team of very diverse learners, and I had teachers that had varying instructional effectiveness. And so here's just a little bit of the data that I was looking at. I had low reading levels, a lot of behavioral challenges, unclear and ineffective co-teaching tools, an admin that was mandating all of this district pacing and database small group instruction and bi-weekly formative assessments. And then we had this school-wide writing initiative that was bringing in 21st century tools to make students really own their data and get them prepared for the GMAS. And then we had limited admin support and a very isolated network. So, just a temperature check. How many of you have ever faced these similar problems of a seemingly insurmountable task?
I want them to be able to reach whatever goal they set in front of them. Again, I always tell my young adults, because coming from a high school background, at one point we was pushing, everybody go to college, everybody go to college, everybody go to college. College is not for everyone, okay? And today, with all the technology advancements that we have, they are seeing individuals that they graduate from high school, but college was not the next step for them. They may be one of those influencers or YouTube people, they're making millions of dollars. While me, on the other hand, I'm teaching and I'm in this principalship, but I got student loans. Okay? But that is okay, okay? It's not just a one-way street with our kids' dreams. You can't let them or make them go into a tunnel that they're not ready for.